and welcome. You're tuned in to Ask Profit here on NDTV Profit. I'm Hersh Sayta, and it's a show where we get you all your stock related queries, get you answers for all of them. So do write to us, number flashing at the bottom of your screen. Give us all the details with regard to the query that you have in terms of the number of shares that you have, the price at which you've bought it or proposed to sell it at, and that will give our experts a better perspective to answer all of your questions. But before that, let's take a quick check on where markets are at. You're seeing the Nifty just off the day's lows. We've slipped below the 25,750 mark very briefly before bouncing just back up. There you see. And of course, the pain from yesterday seems to continue and trickle onto today as well, at least on the benchmark. Let's pull up the contributors on the Nifty, the top gainers, the top losers. And what you're seeing is Infi, Tech Mahindra, some of the IT names taking a lead. Of course, it's earnings season, or we're just about entering it. We're a week away from some of those IT sector names starting to declare numbers. But the heavyweights outside of IT, RIL, HDFC Bank, HUL, Asian Paints, dominating the list in terms of negative contributories. And that's exactly what's pressuring markets, at least at the moment. Let's also look at some top gainers, top losers on the Nifty 50. You're seeing good traction even on an M&M on the back of good auto numbers. Wipro seeing some good traction as well. State Bank of India, very much against a very flat Nifty bank, is doing fairly well in trade, about 1% or so higher. Even a Bajaj Finance is doing well in trade today. You're seeing pressure on outside of Asian Paints, HUL. You're also seeing Bajaj Auto under pressure. So it's again auto stocks in focus. Tata Steel is under a bit of pressure as well. Where are the mid and the small caps? Let's pull those up. The Nifty mid cap absolutely flat, slight negative bias creeping in. The Nifty small cap up around 0.5%, absolutely against what the general market is doing. Let's pull up the advanced decline, get us some perspective on how that is playing out before moving to sectors. There you go. That's the advanced decline. At the moment, clearly in favor of the advances, but it's been a sort of not an absolutely clear day with regard to where the breadth is concerned. You're also seeing good traction. Let's pull up the Nifty Auto and the constituents there. Again, flat with a negative bias is where the Nifty Auto is trading at. You're seeing some bit of pressure in the FMCG index as well. Metals not doing too well today after a couple of very good days of trade. Nifty Pharma trading in the red as well. The Nifty PSU Bank, Nifty Bank absolutely flat, and the Nifty IT up around 0.5% thereabouts. So that's the roundup of the picture on where the markets are at. But we roll into October, and M&M, Bajaj Auto, Escorts announced their sales numbers for Q2 of FY25. Puneet joins us with how the scorecard is really looking. Puneet.
Well, thanks for that. So, let's review how the last month has been in terms of sales and, going into the festive season, what's the outlook been? Until now, these three companies that you just spoke about have come out with the numbers. Let's start with M&M first. It has been a beat on the passenger vehicle side specifically, where the growth has come in at around 24%, while the three-wheeler segment has also done very well for the company. Do note that this 24% growth has come in at versus an analyst expectation of just about 5 to 6%. So they've beaten analyst expectation very handsomely on this particular side, and that's driving the growth for M&M on an overall basis. When we move on, look at the other companies as well that's reported the numbers specifically. M&M specifically, we spoke about the tractor segment as well. One I wanted to highlight, expectation was about a 2 to 3% growth, and that's come in bang in line with estimate. But for M&M specifically, the passenger vehicle segment is what's driving the news flow today. When you look at the other two companies as well, both Bajaj as well as Escorts, we'll start with Bajaj first. We've seen the two-wheeler sale grow by roughly 22% versus expectation of about 11 to 12% growth, and that's been one of the key mainstays. The domestic market has done very well for them. When you look at the commercial vehicle segment as well, it's done decently, while the exports on the total exports has grown up by 13% in a demand environment where exports have been largely affected. When we look at Escorts, the estimates were around, a 100% growth on a month-on-month basis, while the year-on-year was expected to be flat, and that's come in bang in line. So tractor growth has been around 2.5%, while exports on a very small base has fallen. It's expected to do better in the second half. So these were the reviews, so as to say, of the companies that have already reported their sales figures. Just want to highlight a couple of companies who for previous expectations. One is, of course, TVS Motors. Expectation of about 10% growth, but now with Bajaj's 20% overall growth, there will be, it'll be very key to watch out for this number specifically. I want to also highlight Hero MotoCorp because it's very big in the entry-level segment and people plan their purchases around, festivals, especially like Diwali. So that will be another key number to watch out for. There is expectation of an 8% growth, and that's higher than the 4 to 5% it's been doing in the last few months. And specifically in, the four-wheeler space, we also seeing Eicher some growth. But I want to move on to the passenger vehicle side and just look at, Maruti is another one that's expected, but not a very big month for them. And finally, Tata Motors is the last one I want to talk about because here as well is going to be the first full month of growth for the first time in these last 5 to 6 months. So they're expecting a 10% growth. Let's see how the this particular time frame pans out. But the numbers that have been reported by the companies, the inventory build-up has led to strong growth. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Puneet, for that. Let me quickly welcome on board both of our analysts, or rather guests for the day. Astha Jain, Senior Research Analyst at Hem Securities, joins us on the fundamental side of things. Swati Hotkar, AVP, Technical Research, Nirmal Bang, joins us on the technical side of things. Welcome, both of you. First off, let me go to Astha first. Astha, with regard to some of these auto sales numbers, right? Stocks buzzing on the back of these numbers. You're seeing some pressure on Eicher. You're seeing on Escorts, I beg your pardon. You're seeing good traction where M&M is concerned. Your sense of the initial numbers that have come out?
Hi. Good morning to all of you. Talking about the numbers, especially if I talk about the M&M, the numbers were really ahead of the expectations, and we really like the numbers which this auto giant has posted. So on the back of that, because the numbers are still coming, so right now I'm just giving the view on the those stocks where the numbers have already arrived. So here M&M is looking strong to us. Talking about this counter, I think, in fact, the financials which the company has posted in the quarter one were also good. And in fact, we are expecting the volumes to surge due to the festive season going ahead. So I think that all will help the company in posting strong volume. And these numbers which we are seeing, the rise in the numbers, it will be continuing for the another quarter or so. So on that basis, we are positive on M&M, giving our whole recommendation on this counter. Initial price target is around 34.50, which we are setting for this counter.
Okay, Swati, 3 quick names, M&M and Escorts and a Bajaj Auto. Swati, believe you're on mute.
Yes, I'm really sorry.
No worries.
If we do the comparative analysis between those 3 counters, M&M really looks very good on the technical front because this particular stock has in the formation of a flat pattern on the daily chart, and we are looking for a consolidation, and then we will see some breakout in this particular stocks. Breakout comes nearby at least 3170 levels. If it manages to give the breakout level on the closing basis, definitely this rally is likely to be extended towards to 3270, 3300 levels I'm looking for. So any dips we are getting into the M&M, definitely it's a buy on dips, this particular counter. Downside, it has a very crucial support at around 3080 level. So as long as this holds this support level, one should definitely take a long position or hold the long position for immediate target of 3200, then about that 3270 can be seen very soon.
Anything on Bajaj Auto, if at all?
See, Bajaj Auto as of now is under the retracement. So we actually already seen a very good kind of a rally, non-stop rally from 9800 to almost 12,700 levels. Whenever certain kind of a rally happens, we cannot deny the profit bookings at the higher level. So from the last 2 trading sessions, we are witnessing the same profit bookings. I believe we might see some retracement up to towards to 11,500 levels. So at the current level, I will not initiate a major long positions. Try to book the profits on every rise in this particular stocks. If you're getting any dips towards to 11,500, then one can take a long position, but not at the current market price.
Okay, so those are views coming in from the auto pack. Let's quickly move to queries. And the first one coming in from Amit from Andhra Pradesh. 2,500 shares of Adani Energy Solutions at 1,070 rupees a share. Now, if I can come to Swati. Swati, on the technical side of things, of course, fundamentally, we have a constructive note from ICICI Securities. Stock is up and away in trade, 3.5% higher in trade today. But any suggestions? Because it's a large quantity that Amit holds.
Hey, the overall setup is, as of now, the stock is under the consolidation phase. It's trading within the range of 980 to 1,070, 1,080 levels. Now, looking towards today's chart structure or the price momentum along with the volumes, I believe very soon we are likely to get a breakout of 1,070 levels on the closing basis, and this rally is likely to be extended back towards to 1,200 levels. So definitely it's a hold from my end at the current levels. It has a very good or sound support at 1,000 levels. So as long as these levels are hold on the closing basis, you should carry your long positions for immediate target of 1,200 rupees in the near term.
And Swati, another quick technical question. Andhra Petro, 128 shares. Subramaniam from Chennai holds 128 shares of Andhra Petro, bought at 114 a share. Should he book a loss or wait?
Yeah, as of now, this particular counter is trading at 94, 95 levels. He bought at very high much level. This particular sector is not just participating in the rally on the higher side, downside. It has a crucial support of 93 levels. So I will suggest to hold on this particular counter. We might witness some sort of a pullback rally towards at least 100 to 102 levels. So on every rise, you should exit the long positions. At the current market price, you should maintain the strict stop loss of 93 and hold the long position. If you're getting any move towards 200 and 103, you should exit the long positions.
All right. Quick viewer discretion. We are, of course, owned, or rather NDTV Group is a subsidiary of AMG, Adani Media Networks Group, and is part of Adani Group. And we've taken a query on Adani Energy Solutions. So just wanted to quickly caveat that. But okay, so thanks for that. Let me switch focus to Asta. Asta, Bank of Maharashtra. Of course, in focus because of a fundraise as well. But we have Sujay from Kolkata. He owns Bank of Maharashtra. Not given us the number of shares, but at 59 rupees a share. Now, Bank of Maharashtra has done a fundraise. Stock was in minus for most of the day, but just about broken into the green. Your sense with regard to this one at around about 59 from a long-term perspective?
So Bank of Maharashtra, from the fundamentals and the long-term perspective, we are positive on this counter. The reason being the strong performance posted by this counter in the Q1 of FY25. It was almost a 67% surge, which they have posted in their bottom line in the quarter gone by. Apart from that, that fundraising exercise will also help the bank in augmenting its capital base. So that will again turn, profitability, or that will again in turn increase the profitability of the bank. So we are positive on this bank. The asset quality is also strong, and the margins which were posted by the bank were also decent. Now we are positive on this counter, and if I talk about the valuation perspective also, valuation wise, it is looking bit overpriced because it is running at the price to book multiple of 2, whereas the industry price to book multiple is around 1.6. So, but on the basis of the strong fundamentals, I think this valuation is also justified. So remain invested in this counter is what my recommendation right now, and our price target for this counter is around 68 rupees at the initial levels.
Okay, 68 rupees. So some way to go. At least a 15% upside is what Asta seems to be seeing in this one. Asta, let me stick with you. We have Srinivasa Rao from Vijayawada. He holds 4,500 shares of Shriram Properties at 129 rupees a piece. Muted quarter, he suggests, but is it the right decision to continue to hold this from a longer term perspective?
So Shriram Properties is the counter which here the investor want to hold for the long-term perspective. So my idea here is, yes, stay invested in this counter at least for the coming quarter results, because within 10 days or so, the results season will start kicking in. We will see the results coming in. So we are really waiting for this counter to post a strong set of numbers, which we believe it should. But still, my idea is hold at least till the results come, and then again review the position by calling in the show. Right now, our hold is recommended from our side for this counter.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly switch over. Ami Organics, we have Neha from Bangalore. holding Abmi Organics, making a 25% profit. Your sense with regard to this one, Swati, from a 2 to 3 month perspective, what kind of a price target can you suggest for this one?
Yeah, as of now, the counter is trading near the overbought zone. We might witness some sort of a profit booking, and already the client is just gaining a good amount of a profit. So I will try to suggest the person that you should book at least your partial profits at the current market price. Downside, it has a very good support of 1600 levels provided by its 20 days moving average, since the stock is trading in the pattern of higher tops, higher bottom. In the coming 2 months, we might witness 1900 to 2000 levels on the higher sides. So you can hold the another partial for immediate target of 1900 by keeping a trading stop loss of 1600 rupees on the downside.
Okay, Astha, with regard to HDFC Bank, we have a viewer who holds 300 shares at an average price of 1200 rupees. He's bought it over the course of the last 7 years. Future perspective, we have Devendra, who's the viewer.
So the bank is currently going through certain challenges, but what is the main focus of this bank is their asset quality, which remains one of the best in class. So their asset quality is very good. In fact, the net interest margin is also looking strong to us. So fundamentally, I think the banks are in a good, this bank is in a good shape, and that is why I'm recommending hold, or a partial profit booking is also suggested, since the entry cost is at around 1200 rupees. So I think partial profit booking can also be done, but remain holding in the partial quantity, because we are expecting good set of numbers from this counter, and we are expecting the price target to be set somewhere at around 1800 to 1850 odd levels.
Okay, I'll stick with Astha. I'll stick with you. Steel strip wheels. We have Uken from Bengaluru. He holds. He's bought it at different periods of time, but he's bought it at an average price of 221, and he holds around 250 shares. He wants to understand future prospects of the company. Any chance you cover this one?
So yes, steel strip wheels, we do cover this stock. First of all, the valuations are quite reasonable. But what is not encouraging about this quarter is the growth in the financials, because there was a degrowth in the bottom line in the quarter gone by. As we all know that it is into the automobile ancillary space, this company is into. So maybe because there was the fall in the profit, and hence the street were not liking the results, and we have seen a sharp correction, and the valuations are now become the reasonable. But what I suggest here is to remain invested in the counter, let the results come, and then make a call in this counter, because already from the valuation perspective, it has fallen a lot. So I think hold is a better strategy rather than booking losses at current level.
Okay, let me come to you, Swati. We have a viewer who holds Chola Financial at 1645 rupees a share. Your view on whether he should continue to hold from a chart perspective, from a technical perspective. He's bought 120 shares.
See, from the technical perspective, the stock is trading near the overbought zone, and my momentum indicator suggests the RSI we normally consider it. It's showing a negative crossover from that levels, which indicates that we might witness some sort of a profit booking in the near term, and which might take a counter towards to 1500 or 1480 levels. So at the current levels, I will pass on a message to book the profits if possible, or else you can maintain the strict stop loss of a 1570, and you can carry your long positions. Upside can be seen only if it gives the breakout of the previous swings high, which comes to at around 1650. If it manages to clear that resistance level, definitely upside readily can be open towards to 1750 to 1800 levels. So at the current market price, you should hold on by keeping a strict stop loss of 1570 rupees on the downside.
And we also have Satya, who wants to understand, Swati, from you, Zensar Tech. Is this a good time to add positions, if at all?
As of now, no, this is not the right time to take a long positions in the Zensar Tech. Let the stock correct more, and we might witness a deep towards to at least 1640 to 1630 level. That level will act as a crucial support level, since the stock is as of now just started to entering into the oversold zone. There are the cluster support at nearby 650 levels. If you test that level, you can at least start buying at least 10 to 20% at that level. But any dips towards to 640, 630 level, that that will be a very good level to take a fresh long position, because risk reward ratio will be a very favorable at that point of time. And the positive momentum rally can be seen only the stock manages to give the breakout of a 680. So once it manages to retrace more from the 630, we are likely to witness a pullback rally to 680 to 700 levels. So at the current level, just wait and watch. Let the stock retrace up to the support levels, and you can initiate a buy call starting from 650 to 630 levels. In between that, you can start accumulation.
Okay, great. Asta, let me come to you. We have Ramesh, a viewer who holds a clutch of defense counters, especially Mazagon Docks. He also owns, outside of Mazagon Docks, Cochin Ship, GRSC, IRFC, RVNL at slightly higher prices than where it is currently. In fact, by quite a bit in terms of the prices. He's bought Cochin Shipyard, for example, at 2,700 rupees a share. He believes that he has no option but to hold. But from a long-term perspective, is that the right approach? That's what he's trying to ask.
Yes, I think right now hold is a better approach, because what we believe that Mazagon Dock or Cochin Shipyard, all these are very strong, fundamentally very strong counters. The only problem is about the valuation, because they have risen so much that we are seeing this sort of a correction. Now, talking about Mazagon Dock, I think this company has a strong history of deliveries, and they have done very strong delivery. In fact, going ahead also, coming quarter also, we are expecting this counter to perform strongly on bourses as well as strongly in the financial numbers. But what is the concern is just the valuation, because it has exceeded high on the valuation. So my idea here is stay invested in these counters. Don't book any loss, because if the results come ahead of our expectation, then might be valuation will also be justified at that moment of time. So we should wait till that time. My idea here is to hold all these counters rather than exiting.
Okay, please hold. Also, we have Subodh Malhotra from Delhi. He holds 500 shares of Vedanta at 460 rupees a piece. He's obviously gotten dividend, but wants to hold it for the longer term, 2 to 3 year period. Value unlocking, plenty of things happening here, Astha. But should he continue to hold is the question.
Yes, because the value unlocking, etc., are the news-based, really. But what we are believing right now is that on the financial part also, the operating performance was in line with the expectation, and it was a better than expectation. So we believe that this counter will continue to post strong set of a number on the back of the industry tailwind also, as we have seen across the board, the metal prices are rising. So that will also be helping the company in showing good numbers going ahead. Remain invested in the counter. Price target can be set somewhere at around 550 to 560 odd levels.
Okay. Let me come to you, Swati. We have Shivraj from Bangalore. He's bought Bandhan Bank, 27 shares at 211 rupees a piece. Wants to understand whether he should book a loss. How is this looking from a medium-term perspective?
See, Harsh, as of now, the view is a little bit cautious. The stock is continuously trading in a consolidation phase from the last 4 to 5 months, stuck within the range of a 195 to 210, 220. As long as it doesn't give the breakout on the either side, the trend will not be clear as such. But looking towards the previous data as well, I believe this selling pressure is likely to be seen, and it's likely to be continued in the near term as well. We might witness some sort of a profit booking, or say the selling pressure up to 185 levels. So I will suggest to exit the long positions. Anyhow, we are getting a rise up to 210 to 215. Try to exit the long positions on every rise, but to not to hold the major long positions for longer term period as such.
Okay, we have Siva from Chennai holding 100 shares of JSW Energy, Astha. He's holding this at 702 rupees a piece. Wants to understand long-term view on this one.
So the JSW Energy, I think the cost price is much closer to what the stock is quoting right now. I think there's a strong accretion in their renewable energy portfolio, and that will be a key for this counter to show strong numbers going ahead. So what we believe is that that this company will post strong set of number. In fact, their balance sheet has become much stronger after the fund raised through the QIP. So there is no need to, worry on this counter. The cost price is 702 rupees. So I think one can really wait in this counter. Hold this counter with a price target of around 770 to 780 odd levels.
Yeah, okay, got it. Arun from Hyderabad, Swati, holds KPIT Tech. He's bought it at 1,838 rupees a piece. He's bought 50 shares. Should he sell or hold?
Equities are really doing very well from the last few trading sessions. But if you look at this particular counter hatch from the last 2 months, we are continuously witnessing a profit booking from 1900 towards now 1600 levels. I believe definitely one should hold the long position since the overall buying price is nearly at the lower levels, and he can definitely take a risk of holding this particular stock. Downside, it has a crucial support at 1610, so you can maintain 1610 rupees as your profit stop loss, and you can carry your long positions. Upside can be seen up to 1800 to 1900 once again in the coming few sessions or the month of the sessions, but definitely you can hold on by maintaining a strict stop loss of 1610 levels on the downside.
Okay, time to start our rapid fire, and we'll quickly start taking queries and throwing them to our guests for a quick feedback. We have Bhupendra Singh, and let me come to you, Astha, first. Prospect of Schneider, bought at 860 rupees a piece. He's bought 300 shares. Views?
Views are positive because 40% rise we have seen in the bottom line. No issues to keep invested in this stock. Price target can be set at around 880 to 890 levels.
Okay, let me come to you, Swati. BEL 2250 shares at 307 rupees a piece. We have Professor Chalam from Kurnool wanting to know what should they do at this point from a technical perspective.
From the technical point of view, the stock has given the breakdown of a 20 DMA. One should exit the long positions if you're looking for a very short period of time, because we are likely to witness a selling pressure up to 275 levels. So it's an exit from my end.
Okay, and Astha, Bajaj Housing. We have Natarajan Ramanathan, who's holding one lot allotted in the IPO of Bajaj Housing and planning to invest 10,000 on this stock every month. Please advise.
So I think buying on dip strategies are better for this counter at around 120 to 130 odd levels. One can start investing or accumulating the counter. Right now, profit booking or keeping holding of the partial quantity is advisable.
Okay. We also have 100 shares, Ola Electric at 110 rupees a piece, ready to hold for 3 years. We have Rajan Iyer from Mumbai, Astha, trying to get your view.
So new product launches will really help the company showing strong performance. Remain invested in the counter. Price target can be set at around 130 to 140 odd levels in the longer term. However, the horizon is 3 years. So definitely stay invested in the counter.
Okay, Sushila from Billari holds Sequent Scientific. Wants to know your views, Swati, from a short-term perspective.
Yes, view is definitely positive. One should hold the long positions because from the few trading sessions we have seen a breakout of 185 and the non-stop the stock is giving a rally on the high side. If you're looking for a profit, you can sit on the profits but try to maintain the strict stop loss of 210 rupees on the downside and hold the long position for immediate target of 260 to 270 rupees on a higher levels.
Okay, so can have fresh positions on this one, Swati, buy? If at all?
Fresh position will not be recommended. If you are getting any dips towards to 210, 200 levels, then only we can think about it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, both of you, Astha, Swati, for helping all our viewers with all the questions that they had, but completely out of time on this edition of Ask Profit. From myself and everyone who puts the show together, thanks so much for watching. Completely out of time, so stay tuned to NDTV Profit. More action on the other side.